Hello and welcome to Hot Money on Bloomberg Quint Live, India's first digital live streaming business news service. This is a show which gets you a complete wrap of all the stocks that are buzzing in trade. I'm Darshan Mehta. Let's welcome our experts then. Raja Venkatraman of Chart Advice, Kkunal Parker of Choice Broking, and Amar Singh of Angel Broking joins me on the show. Thank you all for my guests for joining me. Before we start with the show, let's get across to Yash Upadhyay, who has a chart on Indigo. Yash, good morning. What does the chart indicate?
Afternoon, Darshan. So a sell signal coming on Interglobe Aviation, and the indicator that we're using is the stochastics indicator. So the stochastics indicator has given a negative call. Now this is after the blue line over here, that is the stochastics line that has crossed below the white line to form a negative crossover. Now we've seen the stock move phenomenally well. In fact, it's gone from the levels of about 700 to as high as 1200, but over the last few trading sessions it has been consolidating near those levels, and in today's day of trade as well, it is trending lower, so we could possibly see a down move from these current levels for Interglobe Aviation.
Yash, if you do a back testing on the similar times when such an indicator was given, what was the success ratio?
The beauty of it is, Darshan, you not once would have lost money when the indicator has turned negative, and there's a potential downside of close to 9% from these current levels over the next 10 trading sessions. One more point that I want to highlight before you move on is the stock is also at overbought levels on the daily RSI. So this possibly could indicate that there could be weakness coming in for Interglobe.
Okay, that's the view on Interglobe Aviation. Thank you so much for that, Yash. Raja, what's your view on Interglobe Aviation? Are you negative?
No, I'm not negative. The overall setup on the higher time frame charts does look positive, and the plus DI line, the ADX setup is also indicating some positive strength emerging. So one should actually be looking to initiate long for an upside towards 1210.
Okay.
With a stop loss below 1140.
Okay, so that's a contrarian view that's coming in on Interglobe Aviation. Amar, what's your view on Interglobe Aviation? What are your charts indicating?
I would say that somewhere or the other we are witnessing some sort of uptrend in this particular stock. There is some support for the stock on the downside, but on the upside I would say the stock seems limited around 1200 odd levels or so. So that's a level that one should watch out for.
So would you say wait at this level or short at this level, or wait for
No, I would say that one should rather look at booking profits around those levels.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Kkunal, what's your view on Interglobe Aviation?
At this level, the stocks has been trading, range bound movement, and right now it is trading somewhere around 1155. And downside, based on the range bound, it support comes at around 1125, 1130. So, I'm seeing an upside mode because on weekly chart it has started to trade above its 50 weeks moving average, which is like very well set up on a weekly chart, and even on a monthly chart it has started to trade above its 21 weeks moving average. And on a smaller time frame, no doubt it has been trading, but somewhere around it seems that the stocks may give an upside movement, upside breakout. So my view is on positive side.
Okay.
Upside somewhere I'm seeing somewhere around 1200 to 1222, while downside at this level support comes at 1130. So one can go for a long with the SL of 1130 for a target of 1200 and 1220.
Okay, so a little bit of contrarian views that are coming in on Interglobe Aviation. While the Bloomberg stochastic indicator does indicate a sell level, two of our guests do believe that it's time to go long on Interglobe Aviation. So that's the first stock. Let's start with the first round from the views that our guest gives. Raja, you have a bullish call on Cummins India. You can join me. We'll get the chart up here and see what exactly that is. It's a buy as per ADX. Can you tell us what this technical indicator means, and why are you bullish on Cummins?
Yeah. So on the price chart, I have used a Bollinger Band, and I find that the Bollinger Band is expanding. That means the volatility is expanding. That means, and since the price is tagging the upper end of the band, it suggests that the bullish play is actually in play. Force. So if prices are in holding on to these levels, the possibility to upside is on the cards. Along with this, I have used a momentum indicator, which is the ADX setup, and in here the ADX setup is actually showing a positive sign because the plus DI line, this is a strength indicator, and the green line is actually the positive sign. So that is actually now heading upwards. So this indicates that there is a positive traction emerging in this counter, and after forming a bottoming out in the October-November period, the stock has been steadily heading higher. So there is a bullish potential being seen in this counter.
Okay, just a few things, if you can just explain in a little bit of detail what this ADX indicator means, and secondly, what are these bands that you've used for, and what does it indicate?
Yeah, this is called as a Bollinger Band. Okay, and Bollinger Band is used to measure the volatility. And now what we are seeing is that the the bands are expanding.
Okay.
If the bands are expanding, means that the volatility is expanding.
Okay.
And since the prices are tagging the upper end of the band, that means that the bulls are in force.
Okay.
So that is the indication from the price angle. What we have done is we have taken a concept of momentum, because if momentum is not in sync with the price, price is not going to move. So what I have done is I have used the concept of ADX and DMI, and here I see that the plus ADX measures the strength, and these two lines measure the direction.
Okay.
So you can see the green line is actually heading up, which says that there is a positive traction emerging in this counter.
Okay. It's at 838 currently.
Correct.
Would you recommend buying at this level? Is it a accumulate on decline level? What's the strategy that if someone is buying at this level, what is the strategy he should use?
You could buy now. You could buy also on declines toward the 820 region.
Okay.
Keep a stop below 805.
Okay.
For an upside towards 910.
910. And how soon do you see this level of 910?
10 trading sessions.
Okay, it's a short-term strategy that's coming in on Cummins.
Correct.
Thank you so much for that, Raja. Amar, what would you make of Cummins India? No, I just wanted a view on Cummins India.
I would say that this particular stock definitely seems to move out of a consolidation. So there is a possibility that the stock could move up further. So there is a possibility.
Okay, Kkunal, what's your view on Cummins India?
Actually, Darshan, if we talk about this stock, on a weekly chart, the stocks looks very good. It has given a breakout of 795, and after it, the stock has been trading above 21 and 50 weeks moving average, which is a good setup on a weekly chart. But I have some concern because on higher level, stock has a strong resistance at somewhere around 872, 875, which is at 200 weeks moving average. So from present level, I can say that one can go for a long position, but somewhere around resistance may hit the stock somewhere around 875, 872. So if one have a short-term view, then definitely he can go for a long position with for the target of 872, 875.
Okay, Amar, before I move to your stock, do you have a level and target for Cummins India? What are you seeing on your charts for Cummins India?
I would say that Cummins India definitely looks positive on the charts. There's no doubt about it. And it has formed a base. Whereas on the upside, if you look at it somewhere around 900 odd levels, that's a level of resistance because the stock has corrected from there. So I would say the stock has a potential to rally towards 870 to 890 levels. So one should ideally look at booking profits because that's where the selling is going to come in the stock.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in on Cummins India. No doubt levels of 880, 890, something that's been spoken about. Amar has a bullish call on Adani Ports. Amar, you can join me here. We'll get the chart out. What makes you bullish on Adani Ports, which is the indicator that you've used, and why are you bullish?
Yeah, looking at Adani Ports, what I see here is that this stock has moved out of a consolidation.
Okay.
And if you look at it somewhere around 380, 385, that was a very strong consolidation zone for the stock. And technically also, if you look at the different time frames, be it the weekly charts or the monthly charts or even the short-term charts, the stock clearly indicates that there is bullish momentum on this particular stock.
Okay.
And the stock has a potential to rally further.
Okay.
And also I've used some indicators. ADX is definitely one of them. And yeah, if you look at ADX is clearly pointing that the plus DI is above minus DI, and that also indicates that there is bullish momentum in this particular
Are you referring to this?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely. So the plus DI, this is a green line which is above. So that clearly reflects that there is bullish momentum. And even if you look at the long-term charts on the weekly charts, there also the ADX is positive and strong.
Okay.
So clearly reflecting that the momentum is here to stay. And also what we are seeing in this stock today is the stock is trading currently around 390 odd levels or so. So the stock has a potential to rally towards 405, 410 levels. So one can look at buying this stock.
So at this level, would you recommend accumulating at this level? What's the strategy if someone's looking to take a position at 389? Yeah. What's the ideal stop loss that they should keep? Is there a level that they should keep to accumulate, or should they go all in at this price only?
No, I would say that they shouldn't go all in at this price because the price has rallied today. So one can actually look at buying around these levels also, maybe 30% of the, if they are willing to buy the stock, 30% they can buy, and any pullback towards 380 levels, 375 levels, that can be a good level to buy. And the stock has a potential of hitting, I would say, 405, 410 in the short term.
And what's the stop loss, strict stop loss?
Stop loss, one needs to have below 853. Because 854, 855, that's a very crucial support zone for the stock.
You mean 380?
Yeah, 38. Yeah.
Okay. This is what you had said. What's this? It's moved above this blue line. Can you give us an indication? The consolidation that you spoke about earlier was pretty much this level. It's broken about this level. What's this blue line that and why is it important?
Yeah. See, basically the Bollinger Bands, again you have the blue line, that's the upper band and the lower band. So a close above the upper band at times indicates that there is bullish momentum in this stock, and their stock could somewhat consolidate. But staying above 380 levels clearly reflects that the stock has a potential of rallying towards 410, 415. So that's a strong, I would say, view of the stock.
Okay, many thanks for that, Amar.
Thank you.
What about you, Raja? What's your view on Adani Ports? Are you as bullish?
Yeah, I'm in agreement with Amar. After rallying strongly since November, there was a brief consolidation around the 360 level.
Okay.
So this week it has seen a sharp upside. So one should actually be looking to initiate a 50% position at the current levels, and also on declines towards 360 with a stop loss below 345 for an upside towards even maybe 425.
Okay, so it's a positive view that's coming in. Kunal, will it be 3 on 3? Are you also bullish on Adani Ports?
Yes, actually, I have a bullish view on Adani Ports. The stock has just come out from its, consolidation phase, and right now it is trading above its 200 DMA, with above average volume. And if you have a look on quarterly chart, monthly chart, even if I say about the weekly chart, in all time frame, the stock is giving a bullish indications. And upside somewhere around, I'm seeing somewhere around 405, 410, and downside, if stocks plunge up to the level of 375, 378, it would become a good buying opportunity with the support of 355. So I have a same bullish view on stock for the target of 405, 410.
Okay, so it's a consensus, 3 thumbs up that are coming in on Adani Ports. All three of our guests are indicating that it's a bullish trend. The levels of 405 to 410 pretty much achievable on the counter. Let's take in the last stock of, at least as far as this round is concerned, and that is by Kkunal. Kkunal is betting on Oriental Bank of Commerce. Let's pull up the chart. Kkunal, if you can come in here and indicate why you are bullish on OBC.
Actually, after trending in strong downtrend, somewhere around, stock has given a breakout of its upper band of falling wedge formations, as well as at this level somewhere around, stock has started to trade above its 21 and 50 weeks moving average, so which is a good setup, particularly on weekly chart time. And if you talk about daily chart, then stock again has started to trade above its 200 days moving average with positive crossover of 21 into 50 days moving average. And if you talk about the quarterly chart, then this quarterly is going to end, though the stock is forming a bullish engulfing on quarterly chart, so it's like a big bullish setup for the particular stocks. So I have a bullish view on the particular stock, and I am seeing somewhere around 110 and 113 for an upside level, while downside stock has a good support at 90 for the time being.
Okay, so if it's at 96.50 currently, let's take that level. What should one do? Should they buy at this level? Should they wait for a correction to come in? What should they do?
I think this is a good area to get into the stocks for the target of 110 and 113. And on daily chart, the chart setup has very attractive because it has been trading above its 200 day, and it has given a breakout of its recent top. So overall chart structure on quarterly chart, on weekly chart, and on a daily chart, overall it looks very attractive from the present level.
Okay, so it's a bullish call that's coming in on OBC. Thank you so much for that, Kkunal. Amar, what's your view on OBC? Are you bullish?
I would say looking at the chart patterns clearly reflects that the stock is positive. There's no doubt about it. And also, if you look at the weekly charts, there is strong bullish momentum on this particular stock. And looking at the daily charts, what we are seeing is that the stock is in overbought territory, and it's been staying there for quite some time. And the stock has also been witnessing consolidation. So what it effectively means is that going forward, the stock would the bullish momentum is likely to continue, but the stock would find it difficult to trade higher levels. I would say on the downside, the stock has got extremely strong support coming around 92 odd levels or so. Whereas on the upside, I would say somewhere around 103, 104, that's a crucial zone of resistance. But the stock, if I look at the trend remains positive. And even on the long-term trends, what's happening is that the stock has moved from the oversold territory. So there is a possibility that the stock could sustain its momentum. Okay, so it's a positive call that's coming in. And what about you, Raja? What's your view?
Yeah, I'm positive on the stock. But then looking at the momentum indicators just picking up, the stock is actually consolidating and moving out. So around the 93 levels, it had a resistance and it has come out of the zone. But for those who are intending to look for some immediate returns, it is not going to be easy. So the upside is capped around same levels as what my colleague shared, around 103, 104. So for those who are looking at longer terms, they could actually look at targets towards 115.
Okay, so that's the view that's coming in on OBC. Let's move on to the second round. Raja now recommends buying RBL Bank this time around. Let's have the chart. Raja, what's the technical indicator that you've used? What's the importance of that, and why are you bullish?
Yeah, I have used the concept of Fibonacci levels and as well as the pitchfork. So let me explain the concept of Fibonacci first. So the prices actually declined from August, and right now, in October, it actually formed a reversal. So a candlestick reversal called as morning star, and the prices are actually trended upwards. But because of the market condition, the prices were moving gradually, and this is the downward retracement which I have drawn using Fibonacci levels, and around the 570 was a very key zone which it had to hold on, and in the month of December the prices actually held that. Additional evidences on the prices were drawn using this pitchfork. So this is a pitchfork is like a trend line, your two channels basically, and the middle is called as the median line. The prices react to the mean. So here prices are rebounded here, and then again they have closed above this yesterday. That's why I have chosen this as a buy opportunity. Along with that, I have taken the RSI, which is steadily holding at 50 levels. So which suggests that overall setup looks positive, and with market also looking to head higher, we could see some upward traction to the zones around this level.
Okay, 580 currently. What's the strategy? Should one buy now? Is there more level for averaging? What's the target and stop loss?
You could even buy towards the region of 570, 565 for an upside towards 625.
And what's the stop loss?
Stop loss is below 565.
565. My only question is that, you know, this this went above the green line, and again it's consolidated.
Yes.
What makes you believe that, you know, this uptrend can continue and it won't fall down?
The reason is that if you look at this trend line, it has played an important part in helping resistance being tested. So this resistance has been tested several times. And now eventually it has got broken. So a resistance cannot hold on for a long time. And if the momentum does favor the bullish side, so that's why this prices are again broken up. And that's why I believe that the prices will trap.
Okay, many thanks for that, Raja. Amar, are you bullish on RBL Bank?
I would say I am mildly bullish on RBL Bank for the simple reason is that on the daily charts, somewhere or the other, you are seeing bearish divergence on the charts. And also, I would say the indicators are clearly pointing that on the upside, the stock is likely to meet with resistance anywhere around 585, 590. So there a lot of selling pressure is also coming into the particular stock. So till the time the stock does not decisively breach the 590 mark, I would say that the stock is likely in for consolidation and would also witness profit booking. But yes, the bias remains positive for the stock.
Okay, so another view coming in, that's a positive bias. What about you, Kkunal? RBL Bank, what would you recommend?
Actually, at this level, I'm seeing a strong resistance somewhere around 591 and 592. So if it happens, if the stock sustain above 591, 592, then after that we may see a strong spot up to the level of 613, 615. So from the present level, if anyone have a long position, he should try to book at somewhere around 592, 591, because at this level RSI as well showing a negative divergence, and somewhere around it has a strong resistance of 65 marks. So if I have a bullish view, but up to the level of 591, 592.
Okay, so you're saying that if it crosses 590, 592, would you initiate a long position?
Definitely. After that, I'm seeing a good spot up to the level of 612, 613. So after that, definitely I'll go for a long position.
Okay. Fair enough. The next stock that we want to talk about is Bal Krishna Industries. Amar, you can join me. We'll have the chart here. What makes you bullish on Bal Krishna Industries? What's the technical parameter that you've used to get into your bullish trade?
Yeah, I have looked at different parameters for Bal Krishna Industries. See, what we witness in Bal Krishna Industries is this stock has corrected significantly. And right now the stock is, if you look at it, it has bullish divergence on the weekly charts. And secondly, on the daily charts also, what we are seeing is that somewhere the stock is in for consolidation. And there is at the same time there's bullish divergence on the daily charts as well. And if you look at the ADX is clearly pointing that the downside is limited for the stock, and there is a possibility that the stock could move up. The ADX, if you look at it, it's still not the plus. If you look at this green line, it's still not above the red line, but it's clearly inching towards that. So what it effectively means is that there is a very good potential that there could be a strong rally in this particular stock. And the downside, because if I'm looking at a very long-term chart, somewhere around 853, 854, the earlier low, if you look at this bottom which was made, that was 854. So somewhere or the other, now this should act as a very strong support for Bal Krishna Industries, and there is a possibility that the stock could rally. could witness some consolidation. So I would say over a short term, maybe 15 to 20 trading sessions, one should definitely look at this stock. The stock has a potential of hitting 978, 980 levels. So this is one stock one can look at.
Okay, so I get the point that you're saying that once this green line goes over the red line, there could be more bullish rally that could come in. On the chart here, what makes you, on the price front, what makes you bullish? Are you spotting something that makes you bullish here?
I would say that a couple of things. One, as I said, is that we have bullish divergence on the chart. That's one. Secondly, we are seeing
how do you see that?
I would say that we are seeing now a bottom formation, and this is, as I said, is a major low for this particular stock. So it's very unlikely the stock is likely to trade below this level. That's one. Secondly, what we are seeing on the Bollinger Bands is somewhat we had a contraction here, and then it's trading sideways. So it's waiting for a trend change. And also what we are seeing today, that the stock has rallied almost 925 levels or so. So there is a possibility that the stock could rally towards 978, 980 levels.
It's at 920 right now. If someone is taking a position, should they buy now? Should they buy on declines? Or
I would say that ideally one can look at buying at these levels also, but decline towards 890, 900 levels. Ideally that will be a good level, because then the risk reward ratio would be very favorable for the
And
person.
What's the stop loss?
Stop loss is 853 and the target is 978 on the upside.
Okay, many thanks. Fair for that. Fair enough. Kkunal, Bal Krishna Industries, what's your view?
Actually, at this level, my view is like, on opposite direction. Means the stock has been like continuously, facing a resistance of 21 days as well as 50 days moving average. And even on weekly chart, the stock has, given a breakdown of 941 support level. And on a monthly chart, it has been trading above 21 months moving average. So, all of this stuff indicating a downside movement. And even on a smaller time frame, if I talk about RSI, and it has formed a double top. So, all of this stuff indicating downside movement for the timing. So, at this level, my view is on negative side.
Okay, negative side. What about you, Raja? Positive or negative? We have one positive view, one negative. So, what's your view?
So, I'm in line with Kkunal. I would, the price is showing signs of neutralizing the downside, but the momentum indicators are not supporting the upward bias. So, I would be having an avoid recommendation from my side on this.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. That's fair enough. We have to avoid recommendation, but Amar is rather bullish on his call on Bal Krishna Industries. And the last stock that we want to talk about is M&M. Kkunal has a call on it. Let's pull up the chart. Kkunal, if you can join me. It's a buy on RSI. Kkunal, what makes you bullish on M&M? What are you spotting here?
Actually, there is after forming an all-time high, means the stock plunge up to this level somewhere around 700, and at this level it has found a strong support of its lower band of a rising channel formation. You can see over here, and with this support, it has a strong support of 200 weeks moving average as well. So based on this formation, I can say that the stock may give a good bounce back up to the level of upper rising channel trend line. And to support this channel formation and 200 weeks moving average, if you talk about RSI, then RSI has a strong support of its green line over here. You can see it has taken a multiple support of its green line somewhere around 30 marks. So overall this type of structure indicates bounce back movement in the particular counters. And if we talk about there's some daily chart, even on a daily chart the stock has been trading above its 21 and 50 days moving average, and daily RSI is showing a positive divergence on a smaller time frame. So my view is on buy side. One can go for a long position at current market price, and I'm seeing an upside movement somewhere around 880 to 900, and while downside for the time being support comes at 765.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in. Thank you so much for that, Kkunal. Amar, what's your view on M&M?
I would say that M&M definitely looks positive on the short-term charts, and even the intermediate-term trend, somewhere we are seeing that the stock is likely to run into resistance around 815, 820 levels, because that's a very crucial zone of resistance. I would say 815, 825, that's a very strong zone of resistance for M&M. And we could witness profit booking around those levels, because if that level is not taken out, then we could witness some correction in the stock. But yes, the stock seems to, I would say it's more of a consolidation right now. The rally is only if it sustains above 825 levels. Otherwise, we could witness profit booking in the stock.
Okay, what about you, Raja?
Yeah, the charts are definitely indicating positive signs, and after getting into deep oversold territories, you're seeing an RSI divergence, you're seeing bullish engulfing patterns, using a piercing line. So a lot of positive developments are there on the weekly chart. So right now you can see I'm in line with Kunal's recommendation on trading long. and you can see an upside towards 840 to 850.
Okay, so that's a bullish call that's coming in on M&M. And before we wrap the show, Yash Upadhyay joins us again with this time a chart on Maruti Suzuki. Explain the chart, Yash.
So afternoon, Darshan. So Maruti Suzuki is within 1% of the Bloomberg proprietary indicator, which is the trender indicator. So basically, the trender indicator is this line over here. And for the last 3 to 4 trading sessions, we are seeing that it has come within touching distance of this. So if the stock manages to close below the trender line, which is at about 7,449 rupees or thereof, then the color would flip. So right now it is in green color, and if it manages to close below the trender line, then the color would flip to red. The last time it happened, we saw a big rally on the downside. So it went in the month of September, it went from the levels of well in excess of 9,000, close to 9,500 to as low as 6,500. So potentially, if it closes below these levels, we could see more pain coming in for Maruti.
If you backtest this, Yash, it seems that the return ratios will be fabulous. What's the return ratio?
So all the 3 times that the indicator has turned negative in the last 1 year, it would have given you positive returns on an average for the next 10 trading days by almost 3.5%.
Okay, that's the view that's coming in on Maruti. But remember, this is within 1%. So the trender has not yet turned this thing. So what is the level that you need to watch out for here?
So the trender red line is at 7,600 and sorry, the green line is at 7,495. Should it manage to close below that is when the trender would flip its color.
Okay, that's the view. Thank you so much for that, Raja. What's your view on Maruti?
Yeah, I'm in line with Yash because the momentum indicators are definitely weak, and the rally which we have seen, and if the market were to turn negative, it could attract supplies. And below 7,500, it's a good shorting opportunity.
Okay, Amar, Maruti, what's your view?
I would say that I would go with the same view that overall there is selling pressure in Maruti at higher levels, and the stock, once it breaches, I would say 74.50 on the downside, we could see further correction in this particular stock.
Okay, and Kkunal, what's your view on Maruti?
I have the same view of bearish, on a weekly chart recently. Last week it has formed a shooting star candlestick with the resistance of 21 weeks moving average. And if I talk about on daily chart and momentum indicator RSI, it has given a breakdown of of a rising trend line. So with the help of this weekly chart and daily chart, my view is on downside. So I'll say any rise in the stocks up to the level of 7,600 or 7,650, it will become a good sorting opportunity. While downside level that I am seeing from the present level is up to the 7,295.
Okay, so that's a consensus call that's coming in on Maruti. A negative view that's forming. But with that, it's a wrap on today's Hot Money. Raja, Amar, Kkunal, thank you so much for coming into the studio for the show today. Ask BQ comes up next. Stay tuned to Bloomberg Quint.
What will be my contribution to the world? I wonder.